Have you ever felt like your past is chaining you down, or like there is a circumstance in your life that is literally keeping you down in one spot? We have all faced hardships and circumstances, but here is the truth. There is a way that some people deal with hardships and difficult circumstances in a way that it leads them to their place of breakthrough and to the place where they get to experience what I like to call noble opportunities, destiny changing opportunities. There are opportunities, but there are some opportunities that when you encounter, when they come into your life, they literally change the rest of your life. Let me show you 5-step framework that you can begin to implement at this very moment in your life, in your career, in your business that will enable you to rise above any form of adversity and attract noble destiny changing opportunities that will put you in a new level as far as your life, career, and business is concerned. Understand this. If you look like what you are going through, noble men, noble women, destiny changing relationships will not be able to come into your life, because noble men and women who can take you to the next level of your life and destiny will only come to you when you are able to portray something beyond what you are going through. Follow me. If you understand what I'm about to share with you, your life will never be the same. There will be no challenge in this world that you will go through that you will not come out victorious and with breakthrough. But there is a wisdom. There is a manifold wisdom that you have to understand and begin to execute for this to happen to you. And before I give you the 5-step framework on how to do this, I would like to give you examples, 2 to 3 examples of people from the Bible, how they were able to rise above adversity and were able to attract noble men and opportunities into their lives that literally changed their destiny. Start with one of my favorite people in the Bible, Joseph. Joseph did not allow the prison to define his attitude. Understand this. Even though he was enslaved, even though he was wrongfully imprisoned, but there is something that Joseph did that is so powerful. Joseph rose to the top in prison because he chose to display leadership, wisdom, skill, service, integrity, and so on. He was able to gain trust of the prison warden, and he was able to gain respect of fellow prisoners. And this enabled him to position himself for divine promotion. So what we see here is that there was a level of a certain identity, a certain mindset, a certain consciousness, a certain attitude that even in the midst of hardship, in the midst of prison, Joseph manifested that enabled him to attract noble opportunities and noble people like the king of the land. Next person that did something incredible and remarkable is Daniel. You see, Daniel did not look like a captive in Babylon, because in that strange land he was in captive. And despite being in exile, despite being in captivity, Daniel manifested a certain identity, a certain mindset, and a certain character. When you study the Bible, you will see that Daniel displayed an excellent spirit, wisdom, and the ability to solve problems by interpreting dreams. And this, his character and way of living, attracted the attention of kings to him. So when you study the book of Daniel, you will see that Daniel was promoted multiple times because he refused to let his circumstances define him, but instead he was able to showcase the gift and the talent and the skills that God gave him through his actions. Another person is Peter in the New Testament. Peter did not let failure define him. After denying Jesus, he tried to walk on water and he sank. He denied Jesus Christ, but yet, despite his failure in walking on water, despite his betrayal of Jesus Christ, Peter repented and rose to become the leader of the early church, one of the finest apostles that we talk about today, preaching boldly about the gospel of Jesus Christ. This transformation showcases how God will honor you when you rise above your guilt and your shame and begin to operate from the highest level of who you are supposed to be. So when you look at these individuals, you need to understand that instead of looking like what you are going through, come to the level of understanding and action where you master an excellent way of operation, excellent way of communication in the midst of challenges, and come to a point where you make up your mind that what you are going through will not define you as a person. Therefore, what am I saying? Your circumstances do not have to define your outlook. Your present circumstances should not define or should not make you believe that this is your identity. Therefore, choose to speak, choose to act, choose to live, because these are things that the examples I have mentioned did. There is a way that they spoke, there is a way that they acted, there is a way that they lived their life in a way that reflected greatness within them and where they intended to go. They did not allow their circumstance to swallow their greatness. And this is a mistake that many people do make in the midst of difficult situations. Hear me and hear me very well. How you carry yourself through the pain will determine if you will rise above that pain or you will remain stuck in that pain. Noble people and destiny opportunities, hear me and hear me very well. Noble people and destiny opportunities are drawn to those who rise above adversity with faith, strategy, and integrity. This is a spiritual law I am revealing to you. Let your words, let your actions signal to the divine realm and signal to the society that you are prepared for elevation, even though you are in the midst of chaos and difficulty. Now, let me tell you or reveal to you the 5-step framework that if you understand and begin to practice from this very moment, your life will never remain the same. This is the framework I use because everybody goes through hardships and difficult situations. This is the framework I use when I coach leaders and entrepreneurs and executives who are going through difficult seasons. If you understand this and execute this, your life will never remain the same. Number one, shift your focus from your circumstances to your potential. This is a very big challenge for many people. When they are in a difficult season, they focus their attention on the circumstance and they literally forget the potentials they carry and the possibilities ahead of them tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year. They use their present circumstance and they literally conclude on their entire life. No, that is wrong. Shift your focus from the circumstance to who you can become, to your possibilities and your potential. Hear this. Your circumstances don't define your future. I don't know what you're going through right now, but here is a word for you. That circumstance does not define your future. Start by identifying your strengths, your skills, the wisdom you possess. Come to a point where you make up your mind that even in the midst of struggle, I choose to focus on the future and not the pain. I choose to believe that on the other side of this pain, there is a possibility and there is a destiny manifestation with amazing wonders waiting for me. Number two, master the art of resilient communication. Now, this is a critical part in this framework. There is something called resilient communication. Master the art of resilient communication. There is a way you speak in your difficult season. In your difficult season, how you talk will determine who will come and help you. There are people that only talk about murmuring and complain and pity and all of that. They sound from the place of victimhood. Hear me very well. How you communicate your challenges speaks volume. You and I can go through similar challenges and I can literally get help faster than you because of the way I will communicate with people and I will be portraying that I am helpless. But in the midst of that pain, there is a way you can speak, you can craft your word, you can begin to speak and share, and people will find it a privilege to help you, but you will not look like somebody who needs pity, or you will not look like somebody who is going through a difficult situation. Do not communicate how you look. Do not communicate what you're going through. There is a way that Joseph and Daniel communicated. Practice telling your challenges in a way that demonstrates your problem-solving ability, your leadership, your resilience, and not victimhood. Number 3, very important step, display excellence and integrity in the midst of hardship. Do not allow hardship to take away excellence, integrity, and the right character from you. When that happens, that is stealing opportunities from you and noble relationships from you. Choose excellence in everything you do. Whether you're facing hardship or success, approach every task with diligence, honesty, and commitment to doing your best. Even with limited resources, I always tell people being excellent does not mean that you have everything that you need. It means with everything that you have at your level, you use it to the best of your ability. That is excellence. People are drawn to those who are consistently elevating themselves and the work that they do, despite what they're going through. Never forget that. Number 4, rise above guilt and shame. This is so important. Many people allow circumstances and the guilt and the shame and everything they're going through to define them. No, never allow guilt and shame to rise above you. You should rise above guilt and shame. When you face setbacks and mistakes, don't let guilt and shame hold you back. No, rise above it. It is okay to own your failures. But when you own your failures, don't let your failures define you. Don't let your failure become your identity. No, learn from your failure. Own your failure with a growth mindset, learning mindset, and take the next steps to move forward. Let your actions show that you are growing through your experiences, not going through your experiences. Two different things. There are two types of people when there is hardship. There are people that grow, they will grow through that hardship, and some people go through the hardship. People who grow through the hardship rise above and become successful. People who go through the hardship ends up beating them hands down. Grow through the experience and don't go through the experience. Number 5, live with purpose and strategic intent. Live with purpose and strategic intent. Understand this. Noble people and life-changing opportunities are drawn to those who live with purpose and strategy even in the midst of chaos and adversity. Therefore, how you act, how you speak, how you present yourself will signal whether you are ready for elevation out of that difficult circumstance or that difficult situation. Therefore, your purpose-driven life will naturally, it's a spiritual law, will naturally attract those who can help you reach your next level or come out of that situation and get into the next level. There is a destiny waiting for you. There is a place of elevation designed for you. And you have to make up your mind that you will rise above the hardship and become the person who will attract life-changing opportunities and partners and the right people and manifest your greatest destiny and result. Do not allow that situation to bury you, but rise above it and tomorrow tell a testimony that you are more than a conqueror. Keep building. Cheers.